This here is a traditional flute from Guinea, West Africa. It comes from the forest region. It was made there for me when I was in Guinea, where I learned to play it. And it's a very difficult instrument to play. And then I will share a story that fits this theme. Well, our theme being spring, I thought this was a wonderful story because in springtime is the time when people plant stuff, when the farmers come out and they grow all the food and vegetables we eat. But that's not the way it's always been. Long, long ago, back towards the beginning of time, nobody had to work for the food they needed. No, see, way back then, the sky was very close to the earth. And that meant that anytime people were hungry, all they had to do was reach up, break off a piece of the sky, and it was perfect. Sometimes the sky tasted like steak and eggs. Sometimes the sky tasted like whipped cream on strawberry shortcake. And sometimes the sky tasted like the finest chocolate you'd ever find. Now, in this village in Nigeria, there was a king. His name was Uba. And Uba had a whole court full of people that just spent their time cutting off pieces of the sky, shaping it for the feasts and the ceremonial dinners he gave for the people. And because the people did not have to work for food, they did other things. There were musicians who played flutes like mine. There were storytellers. There were dancers and singers and acrobats. Everybody had the best life. For a while. But as things and time went on, people sort of took the sky for granted. They would break off a big piece and chew a little bit of it and then toss a piece, the rest, into the garbage bin. And they'd break off another piece of the sky and take a bite and throw that away. And slowly, their garbage bins began to fill up with pieces of the sky, and the sky did not like to see himself in the garbage bins. No, no, no. The sky did not like to see himself being wasted. And one day, when the sky decided he would take no more of this, he grew black, and thunder fell throughout the world, and he spoke to the Oba. Oba, your people have wasted my gift. If you continue this, I shall move myself far away, and you shall no longer have my food. And with that, the sky began to move up. Well, the Oba, he grew very scared. He didn't know what to do. He said, please, sky, please, we apologize. We are sorry. I promise I will tell all my people, all the people of the world, never to waste a piece of you again. And this calmed the sky down, who came closer again to the earth and grew bright and light like it is now. And the sky said, I will give you this last chance, Oba, but if even one piece of me ends up in the garbage bin, then you will have me no more. And right away, Oba called together all his servants. He sent out word across all the land to tell the people not to waste even a tiny little bit of the sky. And everybody listened. They would just break off tiny small pieces that they needed to fill their hunger at that time. And none of the sky was wasted for a while. Then came the time of the great feast, when the Oba threw a week-long feast for all the people. There was food piled on top of pile on top of pile, but none of it went to waste. And there were dancers and singers and storytellers and acrobats. And the people listened and ate, and oh, it was the most wonderful feast in celebration of the Uba. Now there was this one woman who lived in this village. And of all the people, she was the greediest person you'd ever meet. She had everything of everything, but it was never enough. Her husband had given her so many necklaces of shells that they weighed her down, and still she wanted more. She had so many rings on her finger she could barely lift her hands, and still she wanted more. And so it was on the very last night of the very last feast of this celebration. This woman came home and she thought about all the wonderful dancers and singers and stories and all the food, the cocoa yams, the sweet potatoes, the plantains, all the wonderful food. And without thinking, she reached up and broke off a huge piece of the sky. She took a few bites, but she could not eat even a bite more. What am I to do? What am I to do? She ran. She woke up her husband. She said, husband, please, you must help me. Eat. But the husband could only take a few nibbles. And then he said, I can't have any more. So they woke up the children, but they had been at their own costume feast, and they couldn't eat any at all. So the word went out to all the neighbors, and everyone came and took as many bites as they could. But still, there was a big piece of the sky left, and no one knew what to do. And finally, the woman said, enough. It's not so big. Nobody will notice. And with that, she threw it away, but made sure that it went into the bushes, just in case anybody was watching. And as that piece of sky hit the bushes, the sky above the earth grew black. And thunder echoed across the land. Oba and people, you have wasted my gift for the last time. Now I shall move far away, where you shall no longer have access to me. And with that, the sky began to move far, 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 far away, never, ever coming close to earth again. And from that point on, people always had to work for the food that they ate, gathering it in the forest, making farms, planting it, growing it, and harvesting it. And no one even remembers the time when the sky was filled with food. All because of one greedy woman and her wasting the sky. Thank you.